Vrahan agus a gunne uarsel, ladies and gentlemen, hamisha anish a dola yarvig, torv and tai, and rain, tai na Helanan and ear. I will now declare the result of the election in the Western Isles constituency. Vote 3 fichet agus a keher machas a chiert. The percentage vote was 64. Van a votachen son gach tagriche mar Ilenas. The votes cast for each candidate were as follows. Allan, Alasdair Seamus, Party Nashanta na Halapa. Allan, Alasdair James, Scottish National Party, brackets SNP. H-Eileanan, Trichiat, Lechiat agus a Keher, 6,354. Fergusson Ruari, Liberally Democratach Alapa. Ruari Ferguson, Scottish Liberal Democrats. Ochkiat agus Lechiat agus a Ga, 852. Morriston, Alasdair Nurse, Party Labarach na Halapa. Morrison, Alasdair Angus, Scottish Labour Party candidate. Coic Mille, Shichiat, Trifichet agus a Shaft, 5,667. Petrie Davy, Party Torioch na Halapa. Petrie Dave, Scottish Conservative and Unionist Party. Shachiat agus Lechiat agus a Ga, 752. Kai Keherchiat, Dafichet agus a Shia, Paper Votachen and Yeltug. There were 446 rejected papers. Agus Hamia Jaravig, Guvel Alasdair Seamus Allan, Erahug, Marval Parliament, Erson, Ryan, Tai, na Helanan and Ear. And I declare that Alasdair James Allan has been elected to serve as the member of the Scottish Parliament for the Western Isles constituency.
Taploiv, Myedog Howl. Hoort me ek tashig a campaign show, gara an tau maun. Gara an tau maun or son Caramur or son H-Eileanan. Gara an tau maun or son Realtas Ur or son Alapa. Realtas a Decisive, Suas or son Alapa and son Tool. Well, vashan a fev hat na huiche. I the helicopter. Ach, anush. Han kyo a geri an Alapa. Is la suyer ur. Han tau maun and drast kerske jaar. Ladies and gentlemen, something big has happened in the islands, of which I am only a very small part. Something that will be long remembered. The day that the islands got tired listening to how grateful they should be. The day that the islands, with characteristic politeness, rejected the politics of fear and embraced the politics of hope. The day that the islands set their course with Scotland on a new compass bearing, a course which I believe will lead Scotland in time to a position where it regains its place, its rightful place in the councils of the world. I'd like to thank the returning officer and all his staff in the polling stations and in the hall last night and today for the marathon counting operation which they so successfully undertook. I'd like to thank the other candidates, and particularly I'd like to thank Alasdair Morrison for all his work as the island's outgoing MSP. I take this opportunity to thank all my many friends and neighbours in the islands who have given so unstintingly of their time and support over the last year. I'd like to thank in particular Angus MacNeill and his family, Angus who has proved to be an outstanding MP for these islands. Not least, I'd like to thank my agent, my campaign team, and everyone who has worked in this campaign, all the band of SNP activists who've produced this result. I'm proud of the campaign we've run, not just because it was a winning campaign, but because it was a relentlessly positive campaign and because it was a clean campaign. This magnificent, unique place has certainly kept Scotland waiting for its result. But this place has also played a remarkable role in a remarkable election for Scotland. We don't yet know the result from around the country, and I will avoid the temptation of point scoring. I could have said this may well be Labour's worst election in Scotland since 1918, but we do not yet know. It may only be its worst since 1922. I take very seriously the challenge which you have set me, the job which you have given me, and I count it the greatest of privileges. I will do everything in my power to merit the trust that has been put in me by the islands. Finally, I think of the people who have not seen this day. I think of the people of Donnie Stewart's generation who toiled in the nationalist vineyard when the press and the establishment berated them. But they worked because they believed in an idea that is being accepted in the islands and across Scotland tonight. That if we want a fair Scotland, a prosperous Scotland, a Scotland that remembers its islands, then the best people to run Scotland are the people who live here. And that is an idea which is being accepted throughout Scotland, and the result in the Western Isles brings that happy day ever closer.
Malcolm, Mr. Vard, I'd like to thank all of your staff. I think the only glitch in this counting of